Executive Summary. Three-judge panel blocks Trump's tariffs by AZLAN ADNAN, Ma. On May 28, 2025, a three-judge panel of the U.S. Court of International Trade ruled that President Donald Trump's broad tariffs, imposed under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, IEPA, are illegal and must be blocked. The court held that the president exceeded his authority by using emergency powers to impose sweeping trade tariffs without clear congressional approval. It found that economic issues like trade deficits do not qualify as a national emergency under the law. The ruling immediately nullifies the 10% baseline tariffs on most imports, removing a significant protectionist measure that had been a hallmark of Trump's America First policy. While sector-specific tariffs based on national security remain, the decision marks a significant judicial check on executive overreach in trade policy. Economically, the ruling may reduce costs for importers and consumers and increase certainty for global supply chains. But it also complicates efforts to address trade imbalances through tariffs. Politically, it intensifies the debate over presidential power and trade strategy, with the administration signaling plans to appeal and seek alternative legal justifications. The ruling underscores the critical role of Congress in authorizing major trade policies and may prompt a recalibration of U.S. trade tactics in a complex global environment. As appeals proceed, this decision will shape the future contours of American economic and diplomatic relations.
A three-judge panel in New York has effectively balked almost all of Trump's disastrous tariffs. Trump's tariffs against Mexico and Canada, his tariffs against the EU, against China, his tariffs against uninhabited islands with nothing but penguins and snow. They are all blocked by this federal court decision. It comes out of the United States Court of International Trade, which is a specialized court you may or may not have ever heard of, but it deals specifically with trade issues. A three-judge panel consisting of one Reagan appointee, one Obama appointee, and crucially and importantly, one Trump appointee, ruled unanimously that Trump's trade war is essentially illegal, that he does not have the authority to enact these sweeping tariffs on his own. When Trump signed the executive order enacting these tariffs, he cited something called the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, a law that gives the president the authority to use tariffs in times of national emergency. And in their ruling tonight, the judges write, quote, "The question is whether the International Emergency Economic Powers Act delegates these powers to the president in the form of authority to impose unlimited tariffs on goods from nearly every country in the world. The court does not read the law to confer such unbounded authority and sets aside the challenged tariffs imposed thereunder. The law does not grant tariff authority to the president simply when he finds or determines that an unusual and extraordinary threat exists." I sense a little snark there. I appreciate it. But man, when you put it that way, it all kind of makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? I mean, I'm not an expert in international trade law, but Trump's justifications for these tariffs have always been pretty thin.
References 1. U.S. Court of International Trade Official Ruling Documents, May 2025. 2. International Emergency Economic Powers Act, IEPA, 50 U.S.C. Parif 1701 at Seek. 3. Trade Policy Analysis from the U.S. Congressional Research Service. 4. Reports on Trump's tariff implementations and economic impact. Brookings Institution, Peterson Institute for International Economics. 5. News coverage from Reuters, Associated Press, and major U.S. media outlets, May 2025. 6. World Trade Organization, WTO Trade Policy Reviews. A heartfelt light. To every soul whose hand did give, you've helped me dream, helped me live. In darkest hours your light came through, with hearts so kind, so pure, so true. Your gifts, like stars in deepest night, have steered me gently toward the light. Each coin, each word, each silent prayer, a thread of hope so rich, so rare. My eyes once dimmed now seek the skies, and slowly clearer visions rise. Because of you, I dare to see the world again, its grace, its plea. Your compassion's flame will not just stay with me alone. It lights the way for others wandering through despair to feel the warmth of selfless care. You've shown what love in action means, in quiet ways through giving scenes. You've built a bridge from soul to soul and made the broken feel more whole. So let this thanks rise like a song, a melody both soft and strong. May your example gently call more hearts to rise to give. To fall into the joy of lifting pain, of planting hope where none remains. Your kindness walks beside me still, a light, a love, a living will.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to show your support.